Hello, my name's Heather. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, and this is the makeup look that I created. Nothing fancy, but this is what I genuinely wear on a day-to-day basis. The colours and the shades may change, but pretty much this is what I do. So if you'd like to see how I did this and some of my favourite makeup and skincare products, then please keep watching. For my skincare routine today, I'm going to start with Youth Pure Hyaluronic Acid. This is a great product for plumping and rehydrating the skin. I don't always do this step, but my skin is feeling a little bit dry and tight today. So whilst your skin is damp, just apply a small amount with your fingertips to your face and neck area. I then went in with my Strivectin Advanced Retinol Eye Cream. I find this product excellent at minimising the appearance of fine lines, and it just keeps the area looking very fresh and hydrated. Now this is a new find, but one that I love. It's the Choc Choc Glowing Moisturizer from OK. It smells incredible. You get loads of product for the price, and it is a perfect base for makeup. I just love it. So on a day-to-day basis, I don't actually like to wear foundation. I find it quite heavy on my skin. So I rely on a concealer just to spot conceal and to take away any darkness under my eyes. And then I like to apply a powder just to give a nice sort of matte, even finish. Today I'm using my trusty Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. This is in the shade Cool Medium 2. I've had this for ages. I just find that it lasts a really long time. So I'm just going to be looking in a mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. So I just start by spot concealing any areas where I've got a little bit of darker pigmentation or any kind of spots. Under my eyes, I only like to apply the product sort of here. And then this is a recent thing, I put it here as well. I like to stay clear of this area here because as I am 37, I find that if you put too much concealer under your eyes, you can actually end up making yourself look older, and actually kind of, it makes your fine lines show up more. So we definitely don't want that. So I just use my fingers to blend. Sometimes I use a brush, but this is realistic that on a day-to-day basis, I use my fingers. I do think as well, it does sometimes you can get a better blend when you're using your hands. So what I'm doing here is just obviously pressing. You don't want to drag the skin under your eyes because that can cause damage, because the skin under your eyes is a lot thinner than the rest of your face. So I just like to dab it until it's kind of blended. And this is a recent thing that I learned on TikTok, of all places. So you just gently, because I've got hooded eyelids, which means they kind of like point down a little bit, which is not great. I like to just gently blend the concealer up, and it just helps to give your eyes more of a lifted look. So yeah, so you can learn things on TikTok. It's not just for teenagers. But yeah, so that's how I like to apply my concealer. So next up is another Collection product. It's their pressed powder in the shade 03 Translucent. I actually like to apply it with a puff. I buy these from Poundland. You get like 4 for £1. And I just think that it's an amazing way of pressing the product onto your skin. I do sometimes use a brush, but I do find that quite wasteful in a way. Sometimes as you're using the brush, the powder's going everywhere. Whereas when you use it like this, you can really press it onto where you want it. I saw Tati Westbrook years ago using these, and she's the only other person I've ever seen that uses them. I'm sure lots of people do. But I mean, I've used products, applications like this since I was a teenager. Yeah. I just think it works very well. So yeah, you can still see my skin. Obviously I haven't covered it up completely, and I like that. I don't like a heavy base, as I said. But yeah, this just keeps shine at bay, and yeah, it just gives a nice even surface for me to apply the rest of my makeup. So when it comes to contour and bronzing, my favourite are the Smashbox Cosmetics powders. Now this is a gorgeous palette that was limited edition. It's called their Holidays, spelt like that, contour and spotlight palette, and it comes in this really cool packaging. But throughout the year you can always get contour powders from them. I love the tone of this shade here. So I'm using a Kiko brush, put a bit too much on then. And I just like to use it just to carve out my cheekbones a little bit more. And I take it up to my temple there. And then obviously the same on the other side. So if the light keeps changing, sorry, it's because I'm sitting in front of a window. I don't have professional lights yet. And then I like to take this one, which is more of a bronzy shade, and apply it more to the apples of my cheeks. And then I do like to bronze just a little bit up here because I've got quite a big forehead. Nothing wrong with that, but you know, just gives a bit more dimension. And then I take that greyish kind of brown tone again, just to carve out the jawline. And that's pretty much it with regards to the bronzing. There's also this gorgeous kind of like banana-y yellow powder. I take that under the cheekbones, all the way up to my lips. I do get a little bit of pigmentation sometimes here from the sun, so I just find that this helps to brighten up the area, as well as add a little bit of shape to my face. Right, so that's the powder done. Now for blusher. This is a real favourite of mine. Not only is the packaging super cute, but the product itself is excellent. It's a triple baked blusher from I Heart Revolution, and this one is the shade Blushing Hearts. So you get 3 shades, but I like to kind of mix them together. Tap off the excess. This brush is from BH Cosmetics. It's called number 2. It's very good, lovely and soft. But yeah, I put the blush more, I kind of concentrate it more on the tops of the apples of my cheeks. If you bring blusher too low, it can kind of drag the face downwards, which I definitely don't want. And this product also has a lovely sheen to it. It's got a little bit of shimmer, but not too much. So highlight isn't really necessary when you use this. Although knowing me, I will put some highlight on because I love it. But yeah, I just think that gives a lovely, healthy glow to the skin. I'm going to do lips now. So this is a new purchase. It's from MAC and it's their lip liner in the shade Cherry. I love MAC lip liners. I'm just going to look in a mirror here. So super pigmented. Sorry, that's my son in the background. He is happy. You see how easily it applies. It's like creamy, but it's not so creamy that it's going all over the place. It's just great. I've got so many MAC lip liners. He's really having fun. MAC Spice is a good lip liner as well. If you're looking for a liner for more of a kind of a nude look, Spice or Subculture are great. But for red, I like to use this one, which is Cherry, or Half Red. Half Red is a bit darker, so they are different. Right, so that's the lip liner done. Today for lips, I'm using a Revlon lipstick. This one is called 440 Cherries in the Snow. And it's this kind of pinkish shade. just love it. Again, Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks are creamy. I just find that they stay on well. They're not long lasting, but they wear well. And what I mean by that is they're not going to kind of smear all over your face, or if you have a drink, you're not going to be left with patches of pigment and then other areas where there's no colour. They just kind of wear really well and evenly throughout the day. So yeah, Cherries in the Snow is such a good lipstick. For my eyebrows, I'm using this lovely little palette from Collection Cosmetics. Mine is in the shade Brunette, and you get these 3 matte shadows, which are amazing. So I've actually been known to use these as eyeshadows as well, and even liners on my lower lash line. I just think they're incredible. It also came with an applicator, which sadly I lost, but it was very good, and also a clear mascara, but I've already used that up. But while I've still got the powders, I'm going to continue to use it. So generally I mix between these two. And this brush, super cheap actually, it was from Studio London, which I believe is a Superdrug own brand. But yeah, I don't really carve out my eyebrows. I mean, I do if I'm doing like an Instagram look, or if I'm going out on a night out, then I'll really take my time. But again, like I say, day to day, this is what I do. I just like to keep the natural shape of my eyebrows, but just add some powder to give a bit more definition. Although I am naturally very dark, my eyebrows are quite light, really. I think I look better with a bit more when they are a bit darker. Right, so that is the brows done. For my eyes today, I'm going to use this W7 Socialite palette. It's absolutely stunning. It's got these gorgeous kind of rosy nude tones. There's some pressed glitters. I probably won't glitter today, but honestly, it's just stunning. And you get this double-sided brush as well, which is really good. I'm pretty sure that this is a dupe for a Huda Beauty palette, but sadly I don't own any of those, so I can't compare it for you. On a day-to-day basis, I generally put one neutral colour over my whole eyelid, and then I'm quite old school. I like to put a sort of a highlight here just under the brows and then in the inner corner, and then I usually take a darker shadow just on my lower lash line and flick it upwards. So in this palette you get this cream here, just using the flat side of the brush. So I'm kind of using this as a base. I do have quite an oily skin type, so if I don't put an eyeshadow base down, it doesn't matter what shadows I use, they will kind of, they don't look good unless I apply a base. They kind of crease throughout the day. So I think today I'm going to use this shade, which is called Sophisticated. It's a real favourite. I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid. So I've just switched the brushes out. This is a Real Techniques, and this just gives a bit more of a precise application. I like to really make sure that I'm blending out the edges. I don't mind too much if it's not absolutely perfect. I'm not actually doing anything today. But I still want to look nice. Okay, so I'm happy with that. This is a blusher palette from Urban Decay, and I'm actually going to use the highlight called Sin, which is this one. I'm going to use it under my brows. And then just on the inner corner. I just love this technique where you add a little bit of highlight here. I think that it gives a lot of light to the face, kind of opens your eyes out. I just think it looks really nice. I know Kim Kardashian's makeup artist, Mario, he often does that, but back in the day, I always used to notice in sort of Britney Spears music videos that she had it. And I just think that it's a really pretty sort of thing that you can do that makes a big difference. So I'm still taking that same brush. This is the one that came with the Socialite palette, and I'm just dabbing it into Classy. I'm just going to run it under the lower lash line. I take it to about here, and then just flick it out up a little bit. Can you see how my eyelid goes down? I want to try and pull it up a bit. I think as well, for me, I mean, it's different with everyone's eye shape, but if I take a colour all the way to here, I think that it makes my eyes look smaller. So if I just take it to just about where the, why can't I think of the word? Where the, is it the iris? Yeah, where that finishes. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I think I'm finished with eyeshadow now. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I like to apply 2 coats. I apply it to my upper and lower lashes. I find that it doesn't flake and it doesn't transfer. It's just an excellent mascara. So this is the finished makeup look. For fragrance today, I'm wearing Fantasy from Britney Spears. For my hair, this band is from Primark. I'm just going to run a Tangle teaser through my hair. I'm not actually doing much today. Obviously, I am going to get dressed. I'm not planning on wearing my dressing gown all day, but I hope you've enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you in a video very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.